So the wait is over, the decision has been made. The US government has just announced that they will be bailing out the SVB's depositors. Yes guys, the Silicon Valley Bank's depositors will be bailed out, and also they will lend emergency loans to banks to avert financial crisis. US governments have moved to guarantee all deposit held at the collapsed Silicon Valley Bank in emergency measures amid a preventing contagion and a wider crisis in the banking sector. Here's what's happening. Depositors will have access to all of their money starting Monday, which is today. The Treasury, the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation said it on a joint statement last night. Typically, only the first USD 250k is insured under US law, but authorities say they will make whole all deposits held at the bank. So basically, the rich are getting bailed out while the poor are left out to suffer. So in other words, socialism for the rich and capitalism for the poor. And who's going to pay for it? You know, it's the taxpayers, right? And also guys, the Federal Reserve is providing emergency lending to US Bank to help assure banks have the ability to meet the needs of all depositors. It announced last night. The facility will provide loans up to 1 year to lenders that plead US Treasuries, mortgage bond, and other qualifying asset. But there is another twist. Another bank just failed. Yes, the New York-based Signature Bank yesterday became the third largest US bank failure on record when regulators shuttered the lender due to systemic risk. This came just 2 days after SVB's implosion, raising fears among policymakers that the US banking system could be swiftly engulfed in crisis. Client of the Signature Bank, one of the primary banks for the crypto industry, will also have the deposit guaranteed by the government according to the statement. And then we also heard the statement from Biden. Biden vows to hold those responsible for Silicon Valley failure fully accountable. But this line, I am pleased that they reached a prompt solution that protects American workers and small businesses and keeps our financial system safe. The solution also ensures, please listen carefully, the solution also ensures that taxpayers' dollars are not put at risk, Biden said in the statement. So I don't know what to say guys, because you know the taxpayers are going to pay for this mistake. With inflation is getting out of control. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here is that inflation is going to get much more worse in the coming days, and no Fed pivot expected anytime soon. And this has definitely guys not just only saved the traditional market, traditional banking system, but also circle USDC stablecoin circle, because they had almost like around 3.3 billion in Silicon Valley Bank. We were heartened to see the US government and financial regulators take crucial steps to mitigate risk extending from the fractional banking system. 100% of deposits from SVB are secured and will be available at banking open tomorrow. So even they got bailed out, and this news luckily has saved the whole crypto market, because USDC value is back to almost $1 now, which has saved the entire crypto market. And just now guys, Seated also tweeted, given the chance in the stablecoins and banks, Binance will convert the remaining of the $1 billion industry recovery initiative funds from BUSD to native crypto, including Bitcoin, BNB, and Ethereum. So more money is getting injected in the market. So you can see, looking at this price action, it played out perfectly. The bump and run reversal pattern, which we were not expecting to happen this soon, actually played out perfectly. But before I jump into the content guys, please try that like button if you haven't done it yet, and for those individuals watching for the first time, come on, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now looking at this bump and run reversal pattern, it has already played out. There could be some range bound, but according to this price movement, according to this example here on the right hand side, the market has already broken the previous high, and after breaking the previous high, what it usually does is start showing some weakness, and this is exactly what we are witnessing right now. Even though it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to see a reversal from here on, we could see further impulsive movement, price ranging around this area for longer time before deciding the trend direction. So I just wanted to quickly show you this in an hourly time frame, but what matters for us is this one chart here. Price of Bitcoin after this impulsiveness showed a retracement. We came exactly at the golden pocket, and after that we started showing this impulsiveness. But this impulsiveness is not just only because we found support at this golden pocket level, but it's because of generosity of the US government, guys. And now since we are again above 21, even 22,000 range, will the price continue further? Because if you take the Fibonacci extension from this low till this high to see if the price does shows a continuation, then the 100% Fibonacci extension line will be lining around 28,000. So if more money is going to be injected in the market, the price of Bitcoin could show some bullishness in the upcoming days. But what we have to take into consideration is this one price movement here. I mean, even though things are looking nice, but what I want you guys to look at is this rising trend line. Let me show you here. So this is where we are right now, and this is also the area where we are facing some resistance, because this exact line in the past price action has acted as a strong line of support, and this exact line in the medium short term is acting as a resistance around 22,600 range. Yes guys, the price of Bitcoin, if it wants to continue this uptrend and validating this fake out, then we have to find support above this rising trend line at any cost, because finding support above that line means the price of Bitcoin is ready for this continuation. I mean this impulsive price movement, because we can see this line in the past price action was a very important line of support. This is exactly where we got rejected, but finding support above that line means price after that could turn very bullish, because we know if you look at this price structure, I mean if you look at this movement here, the continuation in a bit different way, you can see guys, the price from this top, right, from this swing high till this swing low is showing a reversal, and this reversal along with this rising trend line is rejecting the price. And if you look at this Fibonacci line is 50% retracement line. I mean the 0.5 Fibonacci line is where we got attracted and found resistance. So we need to be careful, because this could still play out as dead cat bounce trading pattern. So to invalidate this dead cat bounce trading pattern, we need the price not just only to break out of this 0.5 but also above this 0.618 Fibonacci line, which is going to be around 23,000 range, because breaking above 0.5 and 0.6 will invalidate this bearish scenario, I mean the dead cat bounce, which will also give us confirmation that market is ready for this new impulsive movement. And we also know guys, in a bigger picture, even though this is in a daily time frame, we are using a CPR indicating a leading indicator, which is providing us with information beforehand. So now, along with the resistance, this rising trend line resistance, the resistance from this 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci line, now we also have resistance from this 50 weighted moving average. Yes, this 50 weighted moving average, which is sitting around 22,700, is going to be additional line of resistance. So 22,600 to 23,000, we have some very important line of resistance lying for Bitcoin. So what we need the price of Bitcoin to do, we need the price to find support around this area and break out of this monthly CPR line, because breaking out of this monthly CPR line will clearly give us a confidence that market is ready for this uptrend for the upcoming days. But we know guys, inflation is getting worse, Fed is bound to hike up the interest rate, but we don't know yet how they are going to react in the coming days. I mean the next FOMC, which is going to take place I think on 21st 22nd of March this month. So definitely we need to monitor all of these scenarios, but for now we definitely are going to look at this price movement. I mean the price of Bitcoin, if it wants to invalidate all the bearish scenario, then we have to overcome 23,000 resistance at any cost. I mean find support over the CPR line, and also in the medium short term find support over this rising trend line, because finding support over this rising trend line will trigger another bullishness. In that case, we will be getting attracted towards the 0.61 Fibonacci line and even the 50 weighted moving average, and breaking that could result in another impulsive movement towards the March CPR and only after that deciding the trend duration. But if you look at this in a bit different way, guys, I mean, if you use this Gaussian channel indicator, this Gaussian channel indicator is a technical indicator which defines price trends in the financial market by minimizing the lag. So the Gaussian channel indicator tries to predict the direction of a price trend, which can be used to trade forex, stocks, commodities, and other financial instruments like cryptocurrency. So according to this Gaussian channel, we can see very clearly, this is in a weekly time frame, whenever we were below the upper band, it clearly indicated the market is not ready for this new impulsive movement. I mean, if we look at this one here, only after breaking out of this upper band, only after finding support above this upper band, we started with this actual impulsive movement. Price below the lower band, we were clearly suffering and also preparing ourselves for the new impulsive movement. But once we managed to find support of this upper band, we started this new uptrend. Each and every time you can see lower band, below the lower band, clearly a weakness, but finding support of this lower band beside this black swan event, we were clearly in an uptrend. So right now, if you look at this price structure of Bitcoin, we are still below lower band. So if the price of Bitcoin wants to show an actual mark-off phase like this, then we also need to come across this upper band and find support, because coming across this upper band, finding support over that means, just like here from the past price action, the price of Bitcoin in that case could be preparing or could be ready for this new impulsive movement. So that's why, guys, that's why in a bigger picture, market might not be ready for this actual mark-off phase, but for the immediate short term, we could see some bullishness, price coming to test some key line of resistance before choosing a trend direction. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now, by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.